Life is full of challenges, isn't it? Have you ever felt overwhelmed by the obstacles that seem to appear out of nowhere? Whether it's a career setback, a personal loss, or simply a series of events that seem to drain your energy, life sometimes feels like a series of mountains to climb. So why do we face these struggles, and how can we find the strength to overcome them? In today's discussion, we will explore these questions deeply. Welcome back to the channel. It's always a pleasure to have you here. Today, we are diving into a very relatable topic: life's challenges, why they happen, and most importantly, how we can face them with courage and resilience. The struggle we often face can seem endless, but it is through these difficulties that we truly grow. In fact, it is said that the toughest storms bring the most significant transformations. But how do we manage to face these storms without breaking down? First, let's talk about the nature of challenges. Why do we encounter such obstacles in life, and why do they seem to come at us all at once sometimes? It's a curious thing, life rarely offers a smooth ride. We all face some kind of difficulty, whether emotional, financial, or mental. At times, it feels as though we are stuck in a loop of disappointment and frustration, questioning whether we will ever catch a break. However, it is in these moments of distress that we often find our true potential. The importance of embracing life's hardships. One of the most important lessons to learn is that every challenge we face is an opportunity for growth. Imagine a blacksmith forging a sword. The process requires repeated hammering, heat, and pressure to shape something strong and useful. Similarly, life's difficulties act as the hammer that molds us. While it's tempting to wish for an easy path, the truth is that growth happens most powerfully when we endure the fire of challenges. Take a moment to think about it. When was the last time you grew the most as a person? Was it after a period of smooth sailing? Or was it after you overcame something difficult? Often, it is after enduring hardship that we find our true strength. The problem is that in those tough moments, it's hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel. But rest assured, there is always a light waiting for you, even when it seems impossible to reach. Perseverance, the key to unlocking strength. But now, let's talk about perseverance. It is one of the greatest virtues that we can cultivate. In the face of adversity, it is not enough to simply push forward without acknowledging the difficulty. Perseverance doesn't mean ignoring the struggle, it means embracing it. It's about knowing that every step, no matter how small, is a step toward your growth. When we are faced with difficult situations, we often ask ourselves, why me? Why does this always happen? These questions are normal, but the real question should be, what can I learn from this? How can I use this challenge to become a better version of myself? Every challenge, no matter how heavy, holds within it the seed of a lesson that, once understood, can transform our perspective. Think about a time in your life when you felt like giving up, but instead, you chose to keep going. That's where real growth happens, in those moments when you refuse to give up, even when everything feels like it's crumbling around you. The strength to keep moving forward despite the fear, despite the pain, is where true power is born. Finding power in vulnerability. But here's the thing, perseverance isn't about being tough all the time. Sometimes, it's about allowing ourselves to feel the weight of the struggle, and not pretending that everything is okay when it isn't. It's about vulnerability. Being vulnerable doesn't make you weak, it makes you human. When we open ourselves up to the reality of our challenges, we also open ourselves up to healing and growth. There is immense power in accepting that we are not invincible and that it's okay to ask for help. Whether it's friends, family, or even professional support, acknowledging that we can't do everything alone is not a sign of weakness, it's a strategy for survival and growth. Vulnerability is often seen as something to avoid, but in truth, it is the very thing that can propel us forward, allowing us to connect more deeply with others and ourselves. embracing change, the power of letting go. Letting go is another essential part of the journey. We often hold on to things that no longer serve us: old habits, toxic relationships, outdated beliefs. Letting go doesn't mean giving up, it means creating space for something better to enter our lives. Think about the moments in life when you truly felt at peace. Those moments usually come when we release the burden of unnecessary attachments and accept things as they are. It's easy to resist change, but change is the only constant in life. Embracing it is the key to living fully. This doesn't mean we have to rush into new things or force ourselves to change overnight. Rather, it's about recognizing that the flow of life is constant, and resisting it often leads to suffering. By embracing change, we allow ourselves to adapt, learn, and grow in ways that are aligned with our true purpose. The light at the end of the tunnel. As we come to the end of today's discussion, remember this: challenges are not roadblocks, but stepping stones to your personal growth and success. It's through these difficulties that we discover the most about ourselves, our strengths, our resilience, and our ability to adapt. Life is a journey full of ups and downs, but the important thing is that you don't give up. The difficulties you face today are preparing you for the successes of tomorrow. The power of positive mindset in overcoming life's obstacles. Have you ever noticed how your mindset can make all the difference when facing adversity? Sometimes the toughest challenges can seem insurmountable, but having the right mindset can completely change how you perceive and deal with them. Life often tests us, but it's not the challenges themselves that determine our success, it's how we approach them. The power of a positive mindset is often underestimated. When we face obstacles, it's easy to feel defeated, especially when things aren't going the way we planned. But what if the key to overcoming those challenges lies in how we respond? A positive mindset doesn't mean ignoring the difficulties. It simply means that we choose to look at those difficulties as opportunities to learn and grow, rather than as walls blocking our path. Consider for a moment the most successful people in any field. Are they the ones who have faced no difficulties? Of course not. The difference lies in how they approach adversity. They see failure not as something to fear, but as an essential part of the journey. They understand that failure is simply feedback, guiding them toward improvement. And most importantly, they don't give up. They use their mindset as a tool, shifting their focus from what's going wrong to what they can do to move forward. When you begin to see obstacles not as hindrances but as chances to develop and refine your abilities, you start to change the way you interact with challenges. Rather than feeling weighed down, you feel empowered. This shift in perspective can be incredibly freeing, allowing you to embrace the journey ahead with confidence and courage. The role of patience in personal growth. One of the greatest challenges people face in the modern world is impatience. We live in a society that emphasizes immediate results, where everything seems to be a click away. In such an environment, it's easy to forget that real growth takes time. This impatience often leads us to rush through our challenges, hoping for quick fixes, when the true value lies in the process. Patience is an underrated virtue. It's easy to lose sight of the importance of patience when we are caught up in the hustle of daily life. We want to see instant results, but life doesn't always work that way. Growth, whether personal or professional, is a slow process that requires consistent effort over time. Think of it like planting a seed. It doesn't grow overnight. It needs time to root, to develop, to flourish. But the patience required for personal growth isn't about sitting idle and waiting for change to happen. It's about trusting the process, taking one step at a time, and continuing to put in the effort, even when progress seems slow. In fact, patience is the foundation upon which persistence is built. When you have patience, you are able to endure the difficult moments without losing hope, and this perseverance is what eventually leads to the success and growth that you seek. It's crucial to understand that just because you don't see immediate results doesn't mean you're not making progress. Much like a tree growing deeper roots before reaching the sky, your efforts today are laying the groundwork for the success you will experience tomorrow. The more patient you are with yourself and the process, the more resilient you become. Overcoming self-doubt, believing in your potential. Self-doubt is one of the most common obstacles that prevents people from achieving their full potential. How many times have you felt like you weren't good enough or capable of achieving your dreams? These feelings of inadequacy can hold us back, making us question whether we are on the right path. Yet, self-doubt is often more of an illusion than a reality. It's important to realize that self-doubt is a natural part of the human experience. Every person, regardless of their success or achievements, has faced moments of uncertainty. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not the absence of self-doubt, but the ability to push through it. When you doubt yourself, it's easy to give in to fear and abandon your goals. However, it is in those moments of doubt that you must find the courage to keep going. Think of all the great figures throughout history. Were they immune to self-doubt? Absolutely not. But they refused to let those doubts control them. Instead, they used their fear as fuel to push forward. They knew that success was not about being perfect or never experiencing doubt, but about moving forward despite it. One powerful way to combat self-doubt is to shift your focus from what you fear you lack to what you already possess. Instead of asking yourself, "Am I good enough?" ask, "What can I do today to improve?" This shift in focus can help you realize that you already have the tools within you to succeed. It's not about being perfect, it's about taking action and learning as you go. The role of failure in personal transformation. Another powerful lesson we learn through life's challenges is the role of failure. Many of us are afraid of failure, but the truth is that failure is an essential part of personal transformation. Without it, we wouldn't have the opportunity to learn, adapt, and ultimately succeed. Failure is often viewed negatively, but in reality, it is a stepping stone to success. Each failure brings with it a lesson, a chance to reflect, learn, and try again with newfound wisdom. Think of some of the most successful people in history. How many times did they fail before achieving success? It's impossible to count. What set them apart was their willingness to embrace failure as part of the process, to see it not as a defeat, but as a lesson that moved them closer to their goal. Failing is not something to be ashamed of. Instead, it's something to embrace. The key is to not let failure define you. Instead, allow it to refine you. Learn from each misstep, and use that knowledge to move forward with more wisdom and determination. The fear of failure is often worse than failure itself. Once we allow ourselves to fail, we release the power it has over us, and we open the door to greater growth and success. The importance of support systems: you don't have to do it alone. While perseverance and self-reliance are important, it's equally vital to acknowledge the role of support systems in overcoming challenges. No one succeeds alone. Throughout your journey, you will face times when you need guidance, encouragement, or even just a listening ear. Seeking support is not a weakness, it's a strength. Having a strong support system can make all the difference when facing tough times. Surrounding yourself with people who believe in you, to encourage you, and who offer advice when needed, creates a safety net for when things get hard. It's crucial to understand that you don't have to navigate life's challenges in isolation. Sometimes, the most courageous thing you can do is ask for help. Whether it's family, friends, mentors, or professionals, those who support you can provide you with the strength to keep going when you feel like giving up. They help you gain perspective, remind you of your worth, and provide the motivation to push through difficult moments. Don't be afraid to lean on those who care about you. Their support will not only help you overcome challenges, but will also enrich your personal growth by allowing you to form deeper, more meaningful relationships. Conclusion: the journey ahead. As we conclude this discussion, remember this: life's journey is full of challenges, but it is also full of opportunities for growth. Every hardship, every setback, is an opportunity for transformation. It's through facing adversity with courage, patience, and a positive mindset that we build the resilience needed to thrive. Embrace your challenges, learn from your failures, and trust in the process of personal transformation. Life will continue to test you, but with the right mindset, you will emerge stronger with each challenge you overcome. Your journey is not about avoiding difficulties, it's about learning to navigate them with grace and wisdom. And as you continue to grow and evolve, you'll discover that you are more capable than you ever imagined. Thank you for being part of this discussion today. I would love to hear your thoughts and stories about the challenges you've faced and the lessons you've learned along the way. Please share your experiences in the comments below. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who could use some encouragement today. Your journey matters, and you are not alone. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.